Welcome, Irish fans, to another broadcast of Irish baseball, brought to you by the Irish Diamond Club on the Irish Sports Broadcasting Network, coming to you live from St. Patrick Catholic High School in Biloxi, Mississippi. Getting ready to start the JV game. Just pulled the tarp off the mound and the dish just a little while ago. Doesn't look like they're going to do any lining, try to get this game in quickly as possible. Hopefully the weather will hold off so we can get these games in tonight. Varsity game tonight is a district game. We're hosting the Seminary Bulldogs. I'm sorry, the West Marion Trojans. West Marion Trojans. West Marion defeated us up at their place. So tonight's a big game for the Irish. The Irish right now are ranked 21 in the state, and the Sun Harrell have us ranked at 5th. Varsity are 11-3 overall and 4-2 in district, and West Marion is 5-5 overall and 4-2 in district. So tonight's a big night for the Irish. This will give us a good chance to get some home field advantage if we win. So it looks like we're set to play here, the JV game. Looks like Winfield Sweatman on the mound and Britton Tatum behind the plate. See if we can get a lineup for the Trojans.
Leading off for the Trojans from West Marion, 17, Clay Blocker.
Looks like Clay Blocker is going to start things off for the JV. First pitch is high and inside.
On the mound for the Irish, Winfield Sweatman behind the plate.
Britton Tatum.
Britton Tatum's your catcher.
Called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike to count on Blocker. Swing and a miss. Count goes to 1 ball, 2 strikes. Coming up Friday night, we host Perry Central, another district game. It's also Catholic Elementary School night and senior night. Or to come out and visit St. Patrick's for some good baseball. 2-2 the count. Low and away. Count goes full. Any of my viewers out there want to give me a text and let me know you're watching, I'll give you a shout out online. Also helps me know that I'm broadcasting. Signals being received. Everything looks good. So Sweatman walks Blocker.
Next in the batter's box, John Mahaffey.
Number 14, John Mahaffey. Now the batter for the Trojans. Swing and a miss. Irish round, they're all white with the blue sleeves, navy caps. West Marion in their black shirts, white pants, black pinstripe. That ball's going to be out of play. 0-2 the count. Sweatman goes over to first. Runners back in time. 0-2 the count. The runner steals second base. No throw from Tatum. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. That ball's lifted out to shallow right field. And the second baseman makes the play for the first out of the inning.
Chuck Brewer, your batter, with 1 out, runner on second. Brewer's at the plate.
Chuck Brewer now batting for the Chiefs. I'm sorry, I'm going to get it right. The Trojans, the Trojans. Brewer showing bunt. He's hit by the pitch. So that'll put runners on first and second with 1 out.
First and second. There's 1 out.
Eric Smith, the batter now. Eric Smith. Two and 0 the count on Smith. Call strike on the outside. Little tip. Counts 2-2. Just got a text from Norm and Ann. You're watching in St. Louis. Welcome to the broadcast, and thank you for letting me know that the signal's good. Some of our dedicated viewers. Bennett Bratton is on first base. That's the grandson of Ann and Norm. And Ed said to say hello to Ann and Norm. And Ed is the PA announcer, in case you were wondering. So the bases are full.
1 out for Adrian Miller.
Adrian Miller steps up to the plate now with nowhere to put him. 1 out. Looks like Sweatman balked, so that'll walk in a run. Kind of hesitated in his stance and not a real. So that'll leave runners on second and third with 1 out. That pitch is high and outside. Right, the lights are coming on. Base hit out to center field for Miller. And Smith will come in for another run for the Trojans.
Runner on first, 1 out. Batter Damian Johnson.
Chuck Brewer was another Trojan that came in. So 3-0, top of the first inning. Nice job of locking up the pitch there by Tatum. 1-0 the count on Damian Johnson. Swing and a miss. High and inside. Count goes 2 balls, 1 strike on Johnson. Just a little low. 3-1. Called strike. So our count's full. That one's pushed foul on the left, on the right side. Count still full. Just being informed that the roster we've been calling out is probably the high school roster. So we're going to get a Trojan fan to give us the correct players.
Trojans, and I was calling it off the varsity, so please, any parents, don't tag my car or anything.
So we're just going to say number 6 for the Trojan. Shows bunt. 1-0, the count. Ground ball down to second base. Make the throw over to second to cut down the runner for the 4-6 put out for the second out of the inning. But the runner advances to third as well as the runner is safe at first. So 2 men on.
First and third with 2 outs. Number 5 is at the plate.
And number 5 for the Trojans steps up. Hopefully by the next time they come up to bat, we'll have the correct names for them. Called strike. Here comes the 0-1 from Sweatman. Throw down to second base by Tatum. And the runner is out at home. Should have slid, might have had a better chance. Coach sent him, and he come in standing straight up. So
Picked up 3 runs on 1 hit, no errors. Going in the bottom half of the first inning. Trojans
so 3 hits.
St. Patrick coming to the plate.
3 runs off of 2 hits. So we'll take a quick break and be back for more Irish baseball on the Irish Broadcasting. Just 1 hit. 3 runs, 1 hit, no errors. Going into the bottom half of the first inning, we'll be back for more Irish baseball after a quick break on the Irish Sports Broadcasting Network.
Team leading off for the Irish.
Welcome back, Irish fans. Bottom of the first inning. Number 14, Seth Allen.
On the mound for the Trojans, Bryson Johnson.
Bryson Johnson, the pitcher for the Trojans. Had a parent give us a lineup, so we should have the right names. Ground ball down to shortstop, and he's safe. Third baseman went for it. Didn't kind of got there late. Shortstop doing his job of backing him up. But it took a little bit off the time of his delivery over to first. So Allen is safe at first. Presley Harrison at the plate now for the Irish with 1 man on, nobody out. And Aaron Broadus on deck. 0-1 to count on Harrison. That's going to be a base hit out to left center field for Presley Harrison. Nice base hit. Aaron Broadus now coming up to the plate with 2 men on, no outs.
Bradley Stringer's your pitcher. I'm going to get this right by the end of the game.
Correction, Bradley Stringer is the pitcher for the Trojans. A nice little breaking ball catches the outside corner for strike 1.
Hey, your shoes don't match. I didn't know if you've noticed.
Robert Starks is on deck. Pitch is a little outside and away. Low and outside. better way to say it. Or the right way to say it. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. That's going to be a foul ball on the right side. Here comes the 1-2. Low and away. 2-2. Another one fouled away. That's going to be popped up. Second base for out number 1. Runners on first and second, 1 out for Robert Starks.
Third baseman, Starks.
Ball's hit out to left field. The left fielder takes a couple steps back. So Starks flies out to left field for the out. Second out of the inning. Brings up the catcher, Britton Tatum, with 2 outs. Men on first and second. Ground ball down to third base. Third baseman bobbles a little bit, gets back in. Throws it over to first for the 5-3 put out.
Trojans are up 3-0.
Trojans lead the St. Patrick Irish varsity 3-0. We'll take a quick break and be back for more Irish baseball on the Irish Sports Broadcasting Network. All right, I think we got the lineups right. Noel Noah Parrott is the batter for the Trojans. Top of the second inning. Trojans lead the Irish 3-0. New pitcher for the Irish, Presley Harrison. And Winfield Sweatman moved over to first base. And Bennett Bratton moved over to second base. Called strike. 2 balls, 1 strike to count. Keep your fingers crossed. Keep your fingers crossed. Hopefully we'll make it through with this weather today. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Low and inside. Count goes full. Here comes the payoff pitch. So Harrison will walk his first batter.
Logan Fortenberry will step into the batter's box. No outs and a runner right down there on first base.
Number 4, Logan Fortenberry now the batter for the Trojans. Pitch was a little low and outside. 1-0 the count. Runner takes off for second. The throw from Tatum's just a little high. Two and 0 the count. Called strike. That was a swing and a miss. 2 balls, 1 strike to count. Another swing and a miss at a high inside pitch. Probably a reaction. It was pretty high. May have been doing it just to protect himself, but nonetheless, it's a strike. 2-2. Pitch is inside. Count goes full. Ground ball down to second base. Bratton makes the catch over to first. The throw over to first in time for the 4-3 putout, but the runner does advance to third.
Runner on third, 1 out. For Logan Barber.
Logan Barber steps up now to the plate for the Trojans with 1 out and 1 man on. A little low and inside. 1-0 the count. Called strike. 1-1 with 1 out and 1 man on. Swing and a miss. Count goes 1-2. So Harrison puts a K in the book for the second out.
The batter's box with 2 outs and a runner down on third. Trey Thompson
Trey Thompson now the batter for the Trojans with 2 outs. Still have 1 man on third base. Swing and a miss. Another swing and a miss. Count goes to 0-2. And Harrison hits the batter. So that'll put runners on first and third with 2 outs.
Runners on first and third, 2 outs. Cannery's your batter.
The last name for the batter is Cannery. Pitch is low and away. 1-0 the count with 2 outs. Harrison over to first. Runner's back in time. Ground ball down to Bratton. Stays with it and gets the runner at first to retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. Going into the bottom of the second inning, Trojans still lead the Irish junior varsity 3-0. We'll take a quick break and be back for more Irish baseball on the Irish Sports Broadcasting Network. All right, starting things off for the Irish, bottom of the second inning. Second baseman Bennett Bratton. 0-1 to count. High and outside. 0-1 to count. I'm sorry, 1-1 to count. This shirt's clean, I don't know. Ground ball down to third base. Throw over to first in time to get Bratton for the first out of the inning. Brings up the first baseman, Winfield Sweatman. First pitch was low and outside. 1-0 the count. Parker Frame on deck. Ground ball down to third base. Throw over to first. Pulls the first baseman off the bag, but he gets back in time for the second out of the inning.
Parker Frame will walk into the batter's box with 2 outs.
So Parker Frame steps up with 2 outs, nobody on. Irish still trail the Trojans of West Marion 3-0. See somebody walking up with some nachos. Looks pretty good. Ground ball down to shortstop. Throw over to first. Not in time, so Frame will be safe. Third baseman went over to get that one so he could have all 3 outs to himself, and it got by him. Shortstop again doing his job backing up the third baseman, but couldn't get the ball back over to first in time. So Noah Rarazik steps up to the plate with 2 outs, 1 man on. Alexander Gio on deck. Frame takes off to second and is cut down. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors. Headed into the top of 3. The Irish still trail the Trojans 3-0. We'll be back for more Irish baseball on the Irish Sports Broadcasting Network. Cole Brewer now the batter for the Trojans. Called strike. I believe the count's 1-1. Three and one.
Runner on first. No outs. Top of the order, John Cappy.
So Brewer takes a walk. Mahaffey, the batter now for the Trojans. Pitch is outside. Mahaffey walked his last time up to the plate. Pitch is high and outside for ball 2. Called strike. Runner takes off the second, throws late from Tatum. Two balls, 2 strikes to count. So the count goes full. You ready to say, I thought it was ball 4. So that puts runners on first and second for Dalton Raines.
One out there on second base, and there's no outs.
Raines popped out to second base his last time up. Fouled that one away. Nice inside pitch for a call strike. 0-2 the count. Swing and a miss, drop third strike. Tatum makes the play over to third. But the runner's safe. So now the bases... Yeah, just runners on first and second.
The plate with a runner on second, a runner on third, and 1 out.
So runners at second and third. No vacant base for the drop third strike to go to first. 0-1 to count. Another swing and a miss. 0-2 the count. High and inside. Here comes the 1-2 from Harrison. And ball's hit out to right field. Looks like it's going to drop in for a base hit. And a run will come in for the Trojans. So a single RBI.
Eric Smith walks into the batting.
Runners on the corners for Eric Smith.
Third, 1 out.
Logan Young in right field. Chris Collins in center. Nice, nice. Cutoff move. Tatum went to second to get the runner at second base. And Starks took the cutoff and threw it home to get the runner in a rundown. Running back to third base, the throw was made by Tatum in the tag by Gio for out number 2. That one's popped up over by shortstop. Seth Allen makes the play for out number 3. They leave
Pick up 1 run on 1 hit and no errors.
one man stranded.
After 2.5 innings, they're up 4.
1 run, 1 hit, and no errors. Going into the bottom half of the third, the Irish still trail the Trojans from West Marion 4-0. We'll be back for more Irish baseball on the Irish Sports Broadcasting Network. All right, looks like we might be live. Do apologize for the interruption. That happens from time to time, especially on the days where we have overcast days. It can be kind of picky. So Lone Young started things off for the Irish. One ball, one strike to count on Young. With Aaron Broadus, the shortstop. Ground ball down to... So Young beats out the throw. Aaron Broadus is an extra hitter. Appreciate everybody being patient and let me know if we've got issues. And Norm just told me we're back. Nice shot down third base. Just goes foul. So 0-1 to count. That ball hit out to right center field. Base hit. So runners on first and second, no outs, with Dylan Fontaine now coming up to the bat. Just got a text from my daughter that Emily said the game was off. We got it back on just in time to watch her brother. Peter Starks on deck. Ground ball right back to the pitcher. Throw made to second base. Comes off the glove of the second baseman. And Young comes in for the first run for the Irish. So runners on first and third. No outs.
A runner over there on first and a runner over there on third.
Britton Tatum, the catcher, on deck. Starks flew out to left field his last time up. That was low and away, 1-0. Called strike. An outside corner. One ball, one strike to count to Starks. Chops outward foul over towards the Irish dugout. Count goes to 1 ball, 2 strikes on Starks. Runners on first and third. Varsity baseball coming up following this game. It's a big game for the Irish. District play. Games decide whether we'll be in second or third place. We're currently in second place, so with a win, we'll stay at second. With a loss, we'll go to third. We'd like to win tonight. That way we have a little bit of a better home field advantage. That one's low and inside. Gets away from the catcher. And Fontaine makes it down to second on a pass ball. Count is full on Starks. So Starks takes a walk, loads the bases with no outs for the catcher, Britton Tatum.
Tatum goes to the batter's box. There's a runner over on first. There's one out there on second, and there's one down there on third. No outs.
Ground ball goes foul down third base side. So 0-1 to count on Tatum. Bennett Bratton on deck. That pitch was just a little outside. 1-1. Here comes the 1-1. Ground ball down to first base. First base is going to bring it home for the force out at home for the first out of the inning. Bases still remain loaded for Bennett Bratton.
Bennett Bratton, your batter.
Winfield Sweatman on deck. Pitch is low and inside. Here comes the 1-0 to Bratton. Swing and a miss. Count goes 1-1. So here comes the 1-1. Nice shot out to left center field. Left fielder couldn't get over there in time. So Fontaine and Starks come in for 2 more runs for the Irish to come within 1 on a base hit by Tatum. Winfield Sweatman now steps up to the plate with 2 men on, 1 out. Sweatman grounded out to third base his last time up. That pitch is outside, ball 1. Pitch is low and inside for ball 2. Parker Frame on deck. Pitch is low and it's outside. 3-0 the count. Wonder what the next pitch is going to be. Here comes the 3-0 to Sweatman. Told you it's going to be a call strike. So 3-1 on Sweatman with 2 men on, 1 out. Here comes the 3-1. And Sweatman will take a walk, and that'll load the bases again for the Irish. Parker Frame singled to shortstop his last time up. Want to know the count to Frame. Wide Rosdick on deck. Ground ball down to first base. First base going to bring it home again for the force at home for the second out. Brings up Noah Rosdick.
Noah Rosdick will be the batter. 2 outs, bases loaded.
Rosdick walked his last time up to the plate. Pitch is outside. Alexander Gio on deck. Pitch is high and outside. 2-0. Probably getting close to being time limit game for this game. We got a late start. So this is probably going to be the last of this game right here, whatever happens to Ryrosdick. 3-0 the count. So I'm sure Noah's probably got the take on here. So Rosdick will walk, and another run will come in for the Irish. That'll tie it at 4. Alexander Geo.
Comes to the plate with 2 outs and the bases loaded.
Geo singled his last time up. So it looks like we're going to continue to play. Still got about 5 minutes remaining in time. Inside pitch, a called strike. Here comes the 0-1 to Geo. That one's outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Low and inside. 2 balls, 1 strike to count. Bases loaded, nowhere to put him. Chris Collins on deck. Called strike, low and outside. Deuce is wild. So let's see if Geo can think things going here for the Irish. Ground ball down to third base. Third base will step on the bag for out number 3 to retire the side. And that's ball game, folks. So the JV tie it up the last inning after a series of walks. 4 runs, 3 hits, and 1 error. So don't go anywhere. Stay tuned to the Irish Sports Broadcasting Network. Varsity baseball coming up. Like I mentioned earlier, it's district play, so it's a very important game for the Irish. So stay tuned for more Irish baseball on the Irish Sports Broadcasting Network.